Hello, and welcome back to the Life and Lessons of Me. And if you're familiar with the show, or if you've been following it a little bit, you will know that one of my top episodes was called Morons. And this is going to be Morons Part 2. Um, I don't know. That was the only title I had. I was going to think of a funny name just now, but yeah, it's sometimes hard to think, but in any case, Morons Part 2. Let's get into it. So, I have Duchenne muscular dystrophy, obviously, which means as much as I would like in my head to be independent, it's not easy at all because I have to rely on other people, which is fine. People are great, I guess. But like when I get a new caregiver, like they're always like, "Oh, we can't do that, or we can't do this, or blah, blah, blah. It's not in the care plan." Like, okay, that's fine. So you only do the minimum job requirements. Like that's what most people do, honestly. Like, but if you're a caregiver, that's the wrong profession to be that way, in my opinion. Like, I can't tell. Like sometimes this dude's like so quiet. I'm like, do you like me? Do you hate me? And of course now he's leaving. Um, this is his last week, and he's been a big help. And I go out and do stuff, and like now I'm back and like trying to get into the swing of things in the spring, and he's just quitting. Like, and apparently he's switching shifts to the evening shift, but I don't even know. But I mean, it's this one agency, and I should probably name them because I'm gonna call them out. Okay, so Biota, right? It's an agency. They help with caregivers for people in my situation, old people, etc. But their only job really is supposed to be helping me. But see, my problem is I don't live by myself. I live with my mom, and she's working and that kind of thing. Their particular job duties pertain to me usually, but I'm like, okay, so if somebody asked me to empty the dishwasher, aka my mom, and I go, can you help me empty the dishwasher? They're not, it depends on the person, I guess, but it's not like they're supposed to care for the entire household, which is not even what they do. Like emptying the dishwasher takes, I don't know, 5 minutes. Putting soap in it and like turning it on takes like 30 seconds. Like if you are so pissed off with life that you're not gonna turn on the dishwasher and take up, I don't know, 30 seconds of your time, like what the frick, dude? Like he just helps me take a shit and take a shower, and then he sits there and does fucking nothing. Pardon my French. I speak it well, and that one just kind of slipped out. I usually am more professional than that, but in this case, I'm kind of annoyed and fed up with everything. Like, and then like last week, he didn't show up for like 3 days, and I was like, shit, because actually, it wasn't last week, it was the week before that. And my mom wasn't here, she was on vacation, so it was up to me to figure it out. And yeah, he didn't show up for the 2 days that I really needed him. Friday would have been fine without him, but he was here Friday. But regardless, he doesn't talk. He doesn't do anything. Like when I have him go to work with me, he sits there staring at his phone. Every time I need something, he goes, ugh, or like, I'm like, dude, why are you doing this job if it's just a job? Like, if it's just a job, go work at freaking Walmart and get paid way more and probably have way more opportunities because Walmart is a good place to work. But like, I'm like, it's all a crapshoot. Like, even like your old grandma who's got Alzheimer's can't have a caregiver because they don't have any people. Like, and the people that do work don't want to do anything, so they just quit if you make them do shit. Like, it's the dumbest thing ever. And it's not even like the caregivers, it's literally everybody in the entire world. Like, some people, they really like what they do and they enjoy what they do and they like doing it, and they want to do it and they want to go above and beyond what the basic job duties are, and those are the people that are successful in life. People that want to go above and beyond what they're required to do, which sometimes isn't me. I'll give myself a little bit of roasting there, but most people don't go above and beyond what is required of them, and they don't move up in the world. They stay where they're at because guess what? If you're doing the bare minimum, like you're not standing out at all. You don't stand out at all. You're just getting paid $15 an hour for your entire life because, yeah, it's just whatever. It's just a job to you. But, like, the fact of the matter is, if you don't do the person's job for them, they're not going to do it. Like, I had to call like 7 million times to get this insurance thing figured out. And it did get figured out. But the amount of times that I had to call and do the same exact thing over and over just screamed to me that A, people don't do the job that's required of them. They just sit at their computer and answer the phone and then do nothing all day. Like, I don't even know. Like, and I'm not trying to paint a broad brush on everybody, but it seems like if you want something done right, do it yourself came from somewhere. Like, if you want something done right, you have to call and be a squeaky wheel. Squeaky wheel gets the grease. That's where that saying comes from, too. If you just let well enough alone, nothing happens. It just doesn't, nothing happens. Like, I want this done. Okay. They answer the phone, they're talking to you, and then a week later, it's still not done. So you have to call again and be like, what the heck? Like, it's ridiculous. Like, does nobody do the job? Like, I mean, minimum job requirements, I guess, is answering the phone and then doing nothing else after that. Like, again, I'll go back to it. Those people don't go anywhere in life. They literally are stagnant. They don't go anywhere. They don't move up the ladder. They don't move down the ladder. They stay where they are because they're fine with just having it be bare minimum, get paid $15 an hour. They're fine with that. And some people, they don't like that lifestyle, living paycheck to paycheck like that. It just doesn't work for some people. Like, it just doesn't. So, like, I respectfully am saying that lots of people are morons who don't do their job. Especially like, there's a difference between the bare minimum and then going out of your way to help somebody. Like, some people just don't have that trait. They don't have the desire to go out and do extra stuff. And again, sometimes I'm like that too. And that's probably everybody some days. But, like, the people who are supposed to be taking care of me and, you know, my not my family necessarily, but, like, if I'm giving a chore, how am I supposed to do it? Like, they're just gonna, like, sit there and say, oh, I can take your trash out. Not the trash, your trash. Like, how ridiculous is that? I mean, I know they're not a cleaning lady, but, like, it's not like a big thing. You just carry the trash out of the door and close the door and throw it the fuck out. Again, slipped out. I'm really not doing so hot with the professionalism today, but taking the trash out, not that hard. A 5-year-old can do it. And the other thing is, it's like, sometimes you have to micromanage them, and they don't like to do that. Like, I don't want to have to be babysitting this 27-year-old dude and making sure he's doing what I'm asking him to do, because, again, he's 27, not fucking 5. So, yeah. But yeah, it seems like there's been a few aides recently who have been completely and utterly useless to me. Like, useless. Like, almost 95% useless. Like, they'll help me put pajamas on and, like, change, but then they're like, oh, you want me to wipe the counter down? Nah, I'm not doing that because that would be helpful for your whole family. Why would I do that? I'm not gonna do that. That's not my job, blah, blah, blah. Like, oh, and then my mom gets all stressed out and overwhelmed and blah, blah, blah. Like, and then it just all is a shirt show. Like, she's mad at me, makes me have to feel stressed out and want to just go live under a rock for 5 minutes. But, like, obviously, I'm fed up with that too. Like, I'm like, do I need to just move out? Like, if I moved out and lived by myself, would they still only take, quote, my trash out? And if I lived by myself, they would have to do all the stuff. They would have to do literally everything. So they would have to empty the dishwasher. They would have to do my laundry. They would have to take the trash out. They would have to clean the floor. They would have to, like, but no, since I live with my mom, and yeah, I mean, they just are responsible for me, apparently. I don't get it. It's just ridiculous. Like, I don't know. I mean, how hard is it? Like, this dude is complaining to the office people that my mom asked him to, like, I don't know, vacuum the rug. Okay, vacuum the rug, not freaking retile the ceiling. Like, Not like, I mean, it's just vacuum. It's not that freaking hard. Like, oh, I don't feel like vacuuming. I just like want to give your kid a poop and a shower, and then I want to leave. Like, he's here from 9 to 2. I need him for like 3 hours, maybe, and then he just sits on his ass and does nothing. I'm like, he must be bored out of his freaking mind. The least he can do is take the damn trash out and run the dishwasher and refill the dishwasher. Like, how freaking hard is that? He'd rather wash my one dish than just put it in the dishwasher and run it. Like, it doesn't make any sense. Like, you know the saying, think smarter, not harder? Well, he's making it more work for himself because he's only doing things like that. Like, I'm like, dude, really? If it was me, I would definitely want to do chores because I'm bored as heck. Like, he's just sitting there for 3 hours and like he doesn't get lunch and then that's it. Like, that's all he does. So it's helpful, but sometimes it's really not helpful. Because then I have to deal with all this crap after this dude is leaving on Sunday and switching his hours to the evening hours, which is now another headache because we're trying to get a different agency to cover those. And like, it's just, oh, and on top of that, the insurance lady, like, I mean, I'm not saying she's not smart. She has multiple degrees, but I can't understand a word she says. I'm like I know you're not from the US, but how the heck do people understand what you're saying? Like, maybe I'm just like the whitest dude ever, but like the accent is so heavy. I'm like, are you speaking English or not? Like, because I'm sure it's a requirement that they are able to speak English because I don't speak any other language than that. And again, no offense, smart lady, I can't understand her for shit. So yeah, that's another thing that I find annoying. I'm like, if you've lived here for this long, how hard is it to get rid of an accent? I guess apparently it's very hard, and I'm so out of touch with it. I'm like, even British English is probably easier to understand. Like, nah, I'm kidding. It's a totally different language. But anyway, I'm like, are you saying words like I can understand? Maybe like if she talked a lot slower, it would be easier. But the accent is so heavy that I'm just like, huh? I'm like, do you understand? Like, she understands what I'm saying, but like some of the things she says, I'm just like, I did not get in any of that. It just went in the ear and out the other. Like, I'm just like, huh? Like again, it's just silly stuff. I mean, that's not the moron thing. Like, the moron thing is more that people don't do their jobs or do even a little bit of extra work unless someone's like on their butt. Like, unless you are calling them and reminding them to do stuff every single day, it's gonna take forever. And that's the annoying thing. It's like, okay, so I have to do my job and think about my stuff on top of remembering, oh, yeah, I need to call this person every day so they actually do what I ask them. Like, I just don't get it. People have no pride in what they do anymore. So if you're picking a career, make sure you like it and you're not just going to do the bare minimum, or you will not ever move forward in any career. Like, if you're like, I want to be a nurse, and then you're like, oh, I hate this. Like, pick your profession wisely, even if you're not going to school. Like, if it's something simple, like I want to work at Walmart, that's a good decision because even if you start like, I don't know, stocking shelves or something, Walmart is a huge corporation that pays for you to go back to school and like you can get executive roles. Like, Walmart, they know how to hire people and like they're a good place to work for. But if you're going to do the bare minimum, you're going to be stocking shelves forever. Like, it's just that simple. If you're And now I'm like finally realizing it. Like, this is why there are smart people and not so smart people. It's not even a matter of intelligence. It's just a matter of how much are you willing to do in order to get where you want. That's what I think. I mean, you could be as dumb as rocks and be the best damn employee I ever had. Like, dumb as rocks guy gets a raise because dumb as rocks dude goes above and beyond. Like, you could be a genius and just procrastinate and swallow information and spit it back out on a test. Like, I mean, it's just a different thing. Like, you could learn nothing and be a genius and just pass all your classes, and everyone's gonna think you're a genius because you get straight A's, and then you're actually an idiot. It's actually it's craziness. Life is weird, and I feel like I'm just observing all of this weirdness. To be honest with you, like I know that I'm friends with people. This is a different thing, but I know that I'm friends with people, but sometimes it feels like I'm kind of just not involved at all. So, but yeah, that was besides the point. That was just a little blurb. But in any case, yeah, make sure that you are doing everyone else's job, because if you want something done, you got to do it yourself. Simple as that. And that is going to do it for me and the life and lessons of me this week. So tune in next time and subscribe and click whatever link is up there to the other video. So, all right, I'll catch you on the next one.